Hi, it's Dr. Gary, and I'm out here enjoying the winter wonderland again today. I'm absolutely loving the snowscapes out here. It is like being a kid again, playing in the snow every single day. But today I want to talk to you about what you should be carrying in your pack if you're going to be doing any kind of winter hiking. It's important that you are prepared. It is important that you have everything you need in case of an emergency, in case you get lost, in case of an injury. One of the things to keep in mind with winter hiking is that it's going to use a lot more energy walking through the snow, whether you're wearing traction shoes or snowshoes or even any kind of micro spikes. It's still going to use a lot more energy. So it's really important that you bring extra fuel for you, extra food, extra water, and make sure that you have it handy. Take plenty of time to stop, take breaks, drink your water, eat your snacks. Now, another thing to keep in mind about winter hiking is the days are so much shorter. So we don't get as much sunlight. So it's really important that when you are planning out your hike, that you check what time the sun will be going down. You plan your turnaround time for well before that. Now, if for some reason you get out there and it's taking you a lot longer to trek through that snow and get back to your starting point, then be sure that you have a headlamp. That way that you can navigate in the dark. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna sit down inside where it's nice and warm. I'm gonna lay out everything in my bag so that you know what you need to be carrying on your winter hikes. So what are some of the 10 essentials we wanna make sure is in our winter pack? One of them is extra insulation. We want to make sure that we are warm whenever we are hiking. So I keep in my pack an extra jacket. Now this one I got in Namachi on my way to Mount Everest, and this is just a really nice down jacket that I can wad up. It wads up really, really tiny. I keep an extra pair of socks, an extra neck buff, and a rain jacket in there. Now again, this is part of my 10 essentials. I can wad this up into a really tight little pouch and store it in my backpack in case something happens, like my down parka gets a hole in it, or it gets wet, or I'm stranded out in the woods and I need extra insulation to keep warm. So this is one of my 10 essentials, extra insulation. The next part of the 10 essentials is navigation and stuff that'll keep me safe in case I get lost wandering in the woods. So in with my navigation, I will keep a compass just in case I have to navigate. Whatever trail I'm on, I will download the map from AllTrails onto my phone. I will also get a printed copy that I'll throw in a lamination pouch. That way, if something happens and my phone breaks and I am no longer able to see, I can use the paper copy to get me out. And again, just keep a nice little compass on board. I have a Garmin InReach Messenger. I absolutely love this thing. I can either text on it by using the little toggle switches, or I can do it off of my phone here, which is quite great. I can also use this as an external battery for my phone if necessary. The other thing that I carry with me, I actually got this in Namachi on my way to Everest Base Camp, but this is a lovely little solar panel. I can clip this to my backpack with these cute little carabiners here, and this can charge while I'm walking. On the back side, I keep extra chargers, one for my Garmin, one for my phone, and any other electronics I might be carrying. And this will just help me in the event that all of my stuff goes dead if I get lost out in the wilderness. So part of my 10 essentials here is navigation and extra safety equipment. So the next thing that we want to keep in our 10 essentials and with our winter hiking is the ability to make fire. So if you get stranded out in the woods, you're going to need to be able to cook. You're going to need to be able to keep yourself warm. And so having many options for fire, in my opinion, is a little bit better. So I have these lovely little Infernos, these Pathfire and Mini Infernos. These little discs catch on fire and they will burn no matter what the weather is, which is kind of nice. They're very teeny tiny. They don't take up a whole lot of space in my pack. I keep some Pyro Putty on hand. I can actually wrap this around the end of a stick and make a torch with it if necessary. I got a butane lighter and I got a nice little striker here. I also include my water and cooking pot here, and this one is just a fire maple. I'm sure you've seen the Jetboils. This is just the one that I have in this pack. But you want to have the ability to make fire if you are out in the wilderness. And I want to make sure that I have different options so that if it's raining, I can start it. If it's too cold and I can't get my flint striker to work or I run out of butane, I have another option. The next several things on our 10 essentials we're going to go over kind of in a group because they all go down in one bag and then I shove them into the bottom of my pack here. So with that, I have my sun protection. I have this great little Fit Kicks hat. It has paint on it because I love this hat, but it folds up really, really flat. And this is great for just providing a little bit of sun protection for my face. I do keep some sunscreen in there, and whatever sunscreen's in there usually varies depending on what bag I'm grabbing. But that one I've got the Sunbum. We want to make sure that we have either a headlamp in case it gets dark. Remember, winter hiking, it's going to get dark sooner. So I want to make sure that I have a headlamp on board and that the batteries work. I always carry a spare flashlight that's quite bright just in case, you never know. I keep a bivy on hand. This one is from Soul, Survive Outdoors Longer, and this thermal bivy is quite warm. You can sleep in it and keep warm in the middle of the night if you have to. I keep some micro spikes in my bag, so if they're not on my shoes, they're probably in the bag. I carry a little, I guess you would want to call it a seat. But I can lay this little foam pad down in the snow and keep my butt warm, and I don't have to worry about my clothes getting all wet. I keep a multi-tool. I keep some Porta wipes on hand. These Porta wipes are really, really great. You just add some warm water and all of a sudden you've got a nice hand towel that you can use to clean yourself up with, wash your face, wash your hands, whatever is necessary. Just make sure you port these out with you. We do not want to leave any kind of trash along the trails. And then finally, I keep with me a silver cloth. This is a reusable, pretty much toilet cloth, so that you can wipe with. It has silver on it so that it keeps it as an antimicrobial, works really well. And then I also keep my cute little pee-style female urinal. It just works better so that I don't have to pull down my pants if I have to pee in the winter. Another thing that you want to make sure that you have plenty of if you're doing any winter hiking or any hiking as part of your 10 essentials is extra food. So I keep a nice little snack pouch here. I've got several things of peanut butter. I've got some tuna in here. There are some hot teas because I love tea. I've got several different kinds of nuts and seeds and things like that. This is usually at the top of my bag so that when I sit down I can eat some of these. These are delicious, by the way. And then I keep in a nice thermal pouch, and I will keep just an easy meal that I can add water to, stick it down in the thermal pouch, let it go ahead and rehydrate and cook, and then I can eat with that. The next thing that I keep in my kit is first aid. Now, my first aid kit tends to be a little bit more extensive than anybody else's just because I am a wilderness provider, so that if someone goes down, I know how to save their life. I do keep a nice little tourniquet on board just in case somebody decides they want to impale themselves. And I've actually come across people who've impaled themselves. I do keep a chest seal on board, and then I have a very well stocked first aid kit. A lot of the stuff I have added to it. I just like the little container that it's in. I keep some safety pins, and if you know me, you know why I love safety pins. But I will keep safety pins in there. I will keep extra aqua tabs, an ice pack. I have a SAM splint. I have a airway here in case. I have moleskin coming out my ears in different sizes. I keep some eye drops that can also be used for eardrops. I keep a sunscreen chapstick, lots of different electrolytes in case I come across somebody with that. I've got things to flush eyes with. I have some Quick Clot in here. You name it, it's probably in this pouch, and it seals up pretty doggone nicely so that I can keep everything in one place, including my chest seal and my tourniquet. It all goes in here, and then I zip it up and it goes in the very bottom of my bag, which the bottom of my bag has a zipper in reach that I can zip and pull that out really quickly if I need to. And finally, as part of our 10 essentials and what we want to make sure we have winter hiking is plenty of water. And we want to make sure that water is safe to drink. You can go back and watch some of my other videos where we talk about how to purify water. I absolutely love this Nalgene bottle, and it has the Epic water filter with it. I got this cute little thing when I went to Mount Everest. But this has a water filter in it, so I can gather water and put it directly into this water bottle, and then I know that it's filtered. You could always take like an Osprey hydration pack. If you're going to be doing any kind of winter hiking, just make sure that you have some kind of protection against it, some insulation so that it won't freeze. I did take this to Everest and it did not freeze, which was really, really nice, but I would put warm water in the morning because I don't like being cold. And the other thing is I usually take a nice little thermos of some hot tea with me because I absolutely love hot tea. Now, when you are storing these in your pack, in the winter, it's always nice to store these upside down. That way it'll freeze from the bottom and it's not going to freeze up here near the mouthpieces. Same thing with this. Good to put it in your pack like this. That way you're not getting any ice buildup and unable to open it. Now, if you need to sanitize water, you can always do Aquatab. You can do a SteriPen. Again, this has a nice filter in it. Or you can boil your water.